What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here, proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's on with me today. She is a writer, producer, and actress, fairly known for her role in Yvonne Speaks, and also Ty Vertis, Just Go to Hell. Her name is Dawn Donohue, and she is going to talk to me about her why of getting into the media industry as all those things, and also we're going to ask her some get to know you questions. So, Dawn, welcome to the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast.
Thanks for having me. I am so excited to be here. I just want to throw this out right from the beginning. This is my first podcast.
Okay, I love that. I love
Okay.
it, but this will not be the last podcast for sure. I'm hoping it's not, but I'm glad that you chose mine to be on, and I'm so happy to have your presence grace this podcast for sure. And my first question, Dawn, is the same question that I ask all the people that join this podcast, and it's very simple. What is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations, maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why of wanting to get into the media industry?
I've been thinking about that, and I was watching some of your other podcasts. For me, I think the why is I have always been a frustrated performer. I remember when I was 5 years old, they took pictures of me when I dressed in my mom's clothes, and I would put an LP on after school and just sing my heart out, dress
Right.
up, sing my heart out. And so I think it really was, back then. It's always been there, but I kind of took a detour. I went into nursing
Oh,
for
okay.
almost 40 years,
Wow.
and then just something drew me back into it. I think it was through some volunteer work that I was doing.
Okay, that's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Now, where did you grow up at? Because you can hear that southern drawl in your voice.
All right. I'm gonna give you my dialect from my hometown where I'm from. And I'll give you a hint, okay, Chris?
Okay, talk to me.
You ever heard of the Ravens?
Of course.
You ever heard of the Orioles?
Of course. Come on now. Come on. Come on. You talking
I
to a
know
sports
you're a
guy.
sports guy.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore.
Wow. Wow,
Baltimore,
Baltimore.
Maryland.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, I got a lot of respect for people out there in Baltimore. It's actually a city that I'm very familiar with as well. So definitely, I love that. So let me ask you, because you do a very nice Southern type of voice. I thought you was from the South. Like, how did you perfect that dialect to do that?
I think that came from, so I told you I was a nurse for a long time and I did traveling nursing. So I went
Hmm.
around to all different, areas. And one of my assignments was in Kentucky. And that's when I started picking up some of that. And then one of my best friends was from Alabama. So,
Mm,
I'd pick up some stuff from her just from
right.
traveling around. And I lived around a lot of people from New York when I was in South Florida. So I love doing that one too.
Okay, I like that. That's what's up. Now, what led you into nursing? I'm assuming that you possibly went to school. Where did you go to school at? And then, obviously, what led you into nursing, and what led you back to the acting realm? Because it seems like it's never left you as far as the passion to do it. So, what led you into nursing that will let you back to acting?
Gosh, that's a great question. I think nursing, I was always really good in math and science. It was kind of came naturally to me. And I kind of felt a calling at the time from some friends that I was, spending time with at the church actually. And so that led me into nursing. And I went to a community college in Baltimore. It was called Essex Community College.
Okay.
And then what led me into acting was I was actually living in Sacramento 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I started volunteering with an organization that helps at risk youth, like kids who are coming out of foster care, who have aged out, or homeless young adults. It was a great organization, but the founder, she did an amazing job with the organization and working with the young people, but she hated doing the promotion. So I loved it, right? So I was
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'll go on TV, I'll go on the
Hmm.
radio, I'll help you raise money. And then people started making comments to me like, wow, you're really comfortable in front of the camera. And,
Absolutely.
have you ever thought about? And I was like, maybe this is something I need to think about.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, I love that. Now, obviously, you definitely have a face for the camera. There's no question about that, Dawn. I'm gonna say that right there for sure. This face definitely deserves to be in front of the camera for
You're
sure.
gonna make me blush.
No, 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 seriously, seriously, that's awesome. I love it. And anybody looks at your reel, they would definitely say the same thing. There's no question about that. I want to
Thank
ask you, you're very welcome. I want to ask you some favorite questions. And you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon your favorite questions, Dawn. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
that I like to cook.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, you had to throw that in there. Um, Favorite meal that I like to cook. Okay, I did do something over the holidays that was really special in my family, and it's manicotti. It's
Mm,
an Italian dish,
yes, it
but
is.
the way our grandmother made it, my step grandmother, was with crepes, not with the noodles that are already, like
Oh,
in a package. So first you
okay,
make the crepes, then you fill it with your cheeses, and you make your sauce and you bake it. And it's just, oh my God, it's so delicious.
okay. Wow. I mean, next
Manicotti. It's the manicotti.
manicotti. Okay, next time I pull up
Or
in
manicotti.
California. I'm telling you, I'm next time I pull up to California, I may have to come see you, Dawn. I'm just saying, I may have to come see you. That's for sure.
Just give me a heads up.
No doubt, no doubt, because I love me some Italian food. I'm a huge ziti guy. You know about ziti, right?
Good
Okay,
stuff.
okay, absolutely, no doubt.
Good stuff.
Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Okay, it's been a while, but it was Metallica.
Oh, oh yeah.
Back in Miami, we saw them, and it was probably like late 90s. So, yeah, that one stands out in my mind.
Okay, okay. Now, see, I love Metallica. I do.
Really?
Metallica, yeah, oh, yeah. Metallica's a great group. Enter the Sandman is classic. If you know about that album, Enter the Sandman, I'm definitely a huge Metallica fan. Their Black album was really good too in the later '90s. But one of my favorite songs of theirs is "Nothing Else Matters." If
Oh
you
yeah.
remember that song. So definitely a huge fan of theirs for sure. Okay, that's some good taste, girl, in music. I like that.
You're
Um.
you're an R&B guy though.
I am an R&B guy. I do The Weeknd is definitely one of my favorite concerts. Alicia Keys was one of my favorite. I love hip hop. I like old school too, Earth, Wind and Fire, The Elements, those are great too. So yeah, I'm all over when it comes to music for sure. Um Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Okay, this was recently. Okay, for a big birthday that I had, I can tell you it was my 60th birthday,
Wow.
and we went to Bora Bora. Oh, it was
Mm.
so, oh my God, it was so beautiful. It was like, took my breath away.
Did you
And the
fly there or did
water,
you take a cruise?
no, we flew.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the water was like the most beautiful water I've ever seen. It was warm, and you can go snorkeling every day, and it
Hmm.
was just amazing.
Sounds
I would
amazing.
love to go back.
I'm definitely gonna have to hit you up on tips on that because I've never been to Bora Bora, so you're gonna have to give me some recommendations on things to do, for sure. I would say Jamaica was my favorite spot though. Definitely loved Jamaica. Going there, water was beautiful. Being able to walk around, scenery, the food was great. Everything was just really good there. So it was amazing to be there. And went on a cruise last year with some family, so that was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We just took a family cruise, my brother and my husband and I, to Alaska.
Oh
And
wow.
that was my brother's first cruise, and we had the best time.
Okay.
Isn't it
Okay.
fun with your family?
It is fun. It's very fun with your family, no doubt. It was about 8 or 9 of us that went, so it was definitely a great time. Not my last cruise at all. And I just got my passport last year for the first time, last September. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot of traveling for sure. I'm a sports person, and you named a couple sports teams as far as Ravens and Orioles to give me a hint where you were from. This is a two-part sports question. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV? Favorite sport you like to attend in person?
Okay. Honestly, my favorite sport to watch on TV is volleyball. Because I
Mm,
used to play, when I lived in Florida, I used to play some beach volleyball. I love watching it live, like at the beach, it's great. But on TV, yeah. And then in person, I don't really go to many games, but I mean, the last thing I went to was baseball, and my husband, like, practically fell asleep. It was bad. It was
that,
bad.
that is bad. Well, listen, there's football, there's basketball. You know, you do got hockey out there too with the Capitals. I mean, being close to Washington for sure. Now, you're located. Are you still in Sacramento? 'Cause I know you're in California. Are you still in Sacramento?
No, actually, I'm in the desert. I'm in Palm Springs area.
Oh,
But we do have a hockey team out here now. They're called the Firebirds.
got
Maybe
you.
I
Now,
should
see,
go to one of their games.
you should. Now, you're
Yeah,
in my area because that's where I grew up. I grew up in Southern California, which I grew up in
you
San Diego.
did.
San Diego. So
Oh, wow.
that's where I grew up. So yes, I definitely know the Palm Springs area very, very well. So I love that. That's amazing. Favorite place you like to eat out at? Because I'm a huge foodie, Dawn. I love food. I love going out. What's your favorite place to eat out at?
Okay, right now I'm kind of on a kick. Um, there's a place called Nick's here in Southern California over by San Diego, and they
Okay.
have the best cioppino. It's like the
Mm.
Italian seafood stew, and oh, it's tomato based, but it has like mussels and shrimp and fish in there and
Okay.
clams.
Oh, okay. So, okay, that's kind of exotic for me. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get up on that one, Dawn. But I'm sure if I go to Nick's, there's something there for me to eat. There's no question about that. But obviously,
Yeah,
the next time, like I said, that I'm out that way, I would definitely have to say what's up to you. We got to do something together. That'd be nice.
that'd be cool. Yeah, go get some food and do a
Absolutely.
little do a little video about it.
Absolutely. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk to you about your day to day. You know, as you being kind of wearing a person that wears many hats, writer, producer, actress, no 2 days are ever the same, right? You know, you get scripts in, you read scripts that either be yay or nay. I'm sure you probably may, or I'm assuming you may have an agent that kind of does that for you. It gets you lined up and stuff like that. Tell me about your day to day process of what kind of roles do you normally try to book? What kind of how many auditions do you normally do a week? How much writing do you do? Stuff like that.
Great, great question. That's one thing I have to say I love about what I'm doing now is that no 2 days are the same. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you wake up, you look at your phone, and there could be 10 or 15 job opportunities that you have to sort through, set priorities, submit. I mean, you want to submit right away. You don't want to wait on any of these. Same thing if you get an audition, a notice for an audition. I mean, really within minutes you should be submitting and getting it in to increase your chances because it is so competitive, Chris.
Mhm. I can
I
imagine.
mean, like for one role, they might have 2,500 submissions. You know, how do you stand out? Like, how do you make yourself stand out? So that's a big challenge, but I enjoy it, trying to
Absolutely. No.
figure it out. So the day to
Yeah.
day is get up, unfortunately, check that phone, see what's going on, set priorities, and I always leave time for like networking with other creatives that I know. If there's an event going on, that I think it's worth spending my time there,
Mhm.
I'll go to that. So it's kind of balancing all these things and then taking care of yourself. I mean, a big part of getting booked as a model, like my fitness gigs, is I have to work out, and I just look at that as part of my job, really.
Mm. I love that. I love that. Okay. How many let's say on an average, how many gigs do you normally get booked for in a week or maybe a month?
In a month, I'm probably running around 2 to 3
Okay.
per month.
Oh, okay. I
But
like that.
auditions, 2 to 3 auditions per week, just to give you an idea
Mm.
of how many you have to do in order to get.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hustle and bustle is the grind. No question about that. Are there particular roles that you're looking for? Sometimes people say that they're looking for certain roles or certain things that kind of jump out to them. Are you a comedy person, drama person? Are you sci-fi? Are you a horror person? Do you want scary? Like what kind of roles do you normally look for?
I love comedy and I love doing comedy. The writing that I've done, some of the writing that I've done has been sketch comedy. Um, and that's my number one favorite. I would love to be in a lead role in a feature rom-com. I mean, that would be my dream. But I also like drama too. I've done a little bit of horror, which is fun because, I mean, when you're on set doing horror, a lot of times it turns into comedy because some of these things are just so outrageous that you just start laughing,
Right,
about it.
right. I totally understand that. That's what's up. Now, this is a great segue, Dawn, because I want to talk to you about mental health and work-life balance. A lot of people sometimes in the media industry have, burnout, where they feel overworked, underpaid, especially for journalists. Journalists, you hear that a lot. Now, in the actress and film and TV type of roles that you do, talk to me about how you keep your mental health strong, but also have that work-life balance. Like you said, you have a husband, you have friends, you have family, you trying to do auditions, you trying to do gigs, but you also need some downtime too to yourself. So tell me, how do you balance all of that without getting burnt out?
Right, great question. Because um, just for me, since I don't live in LA, if I get booked in LA, I mean, that's at least a 3 hour commute for me.
Mm,
So a lot of times I'm getting up at 3 a.m., doing hair and makeup, driving in, and then doing the 12-hour day, and then driving back. So, it's a lot, but on the days off, on my down days, I have to get outside. That's important to me.
mhm,
Being in nature, like hiking, yoga, some meditation, just spending time connecting with my family and friends, and eating healthy is really important too. If I eat like too much sugar, I just it just bottoms me out. Like I
right,
get crazy.
right.
You got to make sure you have that good protein and a lot of the plant-based diet. And it is hard on set because they have all kinds of food there, all kind of sweets and stuff.
Hmm.
So you got to be careful with the nutrition.
Absolutely. Definitely understand that. No question about that. What is this is the bonus question that came up in my mind, Don. What is a misconception that people have about the set? Because when people see actresses and actors, they think about, wow, it's really glamorous to be in front of the camera. Look at that handsome actor, that beautiful actress like yourself, Dawn, doing her thing. Awesome, and she's great at what she does. But what is a big misconception about being on a movie set that people don't understand or don't really know unless they talk to, an actor or actress?
I think it's not as glamorous as people think. Sometimes it's not particularly comfortable.
Mm.
Like your seating, the lighting, the temperature in the room. Sometimes you're outside. I've been outside under a tent when it was raining and cold. I mean, that was our like holding area.
Right,
So, and yeah, it's not as comfortable and plush and luxurious as people think it is. Sometimes it is uncomfortable and it gets to be long, in between takes. So a lot of sitting and waiting, stuff like that.
right. Right. I like that. I really like that you point that out because, like I said, people won't know that unless they ask an actor or an actress, right? And I know I've been an extra before, and I know being on an extra, I was just a nobody on that set. I was an extra. That's what I was. But at the same time, it was a long day on that set. I mean, it's a lot of hours of just standing around, and luckily, it wasn't cold and nothing like that. It wasn't rainy that particular day, but you're standing around a lot, and you see people just sitting around, and you see people just kind of it's just long days doing the same thing over and over and over again till you pretty much get it right. And I have a lot of respect for actors and actresses that do this because it's not easy.
Right. It's not, I mean, between just the rejection piece.
Hmm.
I auditioned for a play here in the
Hmm.
Valley this weekend, and I really wanted the role, and I thought I nailed it. I was like so sure. I didn't get it. So
Mm.
you just have to let that kind of roll. You're like, okay, on to the next.
Right.
You've got to have that tough skin and you've got to have that drive, like, there's something better for me now. That's why I didn't get it,
Absolutely.
right? There must
Absolutely.
be. So
Yeah.
that attitude, that you kind of need to have. And fellow actors, like, we help each other. It's nice to reach out sometimes and just, tell someone, hey, you're doing great. I mean, look what you've done. Take a minute and be grateful.
Right.
Don't beat up on yourself. There's no time for this self-pity in
Right.
this industry.
Right. Totally understand that. And listen, I'm glad you brought that point up because a lot of times it's real easy to get down. You're gonna hear a lot more no's than you'll ever hear yeses. In the media
Absolutely.
industry, you know that. I know that. It doesn't matter what in the media industry, as far as your occupation goes, you will definitely hear more no's than you will hear yeses. But the truth is, you're gonna get some yeses. And then now it's up to you to take advantage of those yeses that you do get and show what you can do. And this is a great segue again because now I would love to get your take on advice. What is some advice that you would give an individual if an individual came up to you, Dawn, and said, "Hey, I would love to be an actor or an actress, a writer, a producer like yourself." What kind of advice would you give that individual?
I think I would ask them to, I like your opening question. I think that's a good place to start. Like, what
Hmm.
is your why? Why do you
Hmm.
want to do this?
Right.
Explore that. And then, like, logistically, I would say, you have to get some really good headshots.
Mm.
You have to be ready to invest in lessons, acting lessons. And, think about how much time do you want to put into it
Right.
realistically, because it is a big time investment. is your family going to support, are they going to be supportive, your family or your partner? I'm so lucky to have a partner who's like so supportive. He's not in the industry, but, he's right there rooting for me. So,
Absolutely.
I would say explore those things and just have a strong, like you say, mental outlook. You have to have that confidence and know how to tap into that confidence that, that says, I deserve this role just as much as anyone else. I deserve to be here.
Yeah, that's some really really good advice, and I love that. The confidence definitely, especially when you come in media, especially when you are acting. If I wasn't a sports journalist, I probably would have went into theater myself, because I'm a huge musical buff. I love musicals, um, and that's just something that I think most people that are in media that do sports journalism, they love being on stage. So they did some
Huh,
kind of stage work.
really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's a way, well, because if you think about our jobs, they kind of intertwine, right? Sport journalists, we write, but we also produce, we also edit, we also are talking to people, right? When you're interviewing people or doing stuff like this, you're on point. The camera's on, right? So, and the same thing when you're acting, the camera's on you. And you're just saying lines, so that's what you're doing. So it intertwines, and I think it has a lot of similarities to it for sure. And like I said, I love theater with a passion. I've always enjoyed movies and plays and musicals for sure.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a favorite musical?
Yeah, I got a few. I got a few. Definitely Les Miserables is one of my favorites because I acted in that one, in high school. So I played four different parts and had to drink with me solo. Um, I did. I like Annie. Hairspray. Um,
Hairspray.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Wicked's another one. Hamilton. Um, list goes on and on. Rent, another one. The Greatest Showman, I would say, with Hugh Jackman. I would call that a musical, pretty much. So yeah, those are just a few of many more of musicals that I enjoy and love to listen to.
That's cool. That's a fun fact. I didn't mean to turn the table here, but
No, 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 no. That's okay. This is the conversation, so please ask away if you have any other questions. I love that. I love
yeah.
the fact for sure. But we have reached the portion of the podcast, and now we're going to do my interactive game called This or That. So, Don, it's really simple. It's a game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. And what it is I throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, Don, are you ready?
I reckon.
Okay, here we go. All right. So out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather eat at if you had to choose? Popeyes or KFC?
Mm, I'd probably go with Popeyes.
I would say you on
We
point like
don't
a
have
period.
them out here really.
I know. In Palm Springs, you don't, but I would say you on
Yeah.
point like a period. That's what I would say. No doubt, girl. We rocking right now. Here we go. Here's question two. If you're eating chicken wings, Dawn, which flavor are you putting on the chicken wing? Are you putting barbecue or lemon pepper?
Oh, barbecue.
Okay.
Has to be.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Now, are you eating your wings wet or dry?
What? Gotta be.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, are you eating your wings bone in or boneless?
Oh, boneless. Bone in is
Mm,
just too messy.
okay. It does get messy. Now, I like to get a little messy now, though, and it just depends on that. But I also like the boneless because I like more meat. I like more meat on my bones. Now, do you eat with a fork?
Yes.
Oh,
You're talking
okay.
about wings or
Yep. Yep.
no wings? You just can't. You gotta get in there.
Okay. Okay. So you get a
Yeah.
little messy. You get a little messy then. Okay, I'm with you on that. I like that. I like a woman that gets a little messy with her wings, Dawn. So we're vibing right now. That's what's up. We're vibing. Here we go.
Right.
The next five questions that I have for you is questions that have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So here we go. Okay. Which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather go see The Boss, Bruce Springsteen, or Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi.
Absolutely. Love me some Bon Jovi. Love me some Bon
Yeah.
Jovi. Okay. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see the Eagles or the Rolling Stones?
Hmm. The Rolling Stones. I did see them once,
Mm-hmm. Me too.
but
Absolutely. No
they were
question.
like this big because I was so far back. They were
Yeah.
like little ants on the stage.
Yeah. That is very true. Very true. Okay. Third one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Run DMC or LL Cool J?
Gotta go with LL. LL Cool J.
Okay, okay, I'm with you on that. I like that. Now, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Rihanna or Beyonce?
Queen Bee. It's gotta be Beyonce. She's
Okay, I
so
like how
great.
decisive you're being. I love how decisive you're being on these. This is the
And
last one. This might be a tough one. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Janet Jackson or Celine Dion?
it has to be Janet. I'm not a Celine Dion fan. Janet, yeah, she's
Hmm.
good.
She's very good. I like that. I like that. Not a Celine Dion fan. Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. You did pretty good with the music. Here we go. Back to sports. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Basketball or hockey?
Basketball.
Okay, girl,
Yeah.
you on point like a period again. Here we go. That's my favorite sport, by the way. Basketball. That's my
Is it?
favorite
Yeah.
sport.
I mean, hockey's so violent.
It
I don't
is.
like
It
all
is.
that violence.
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Listen, I differ with you on there, but because I definitely like a person to knock somebody on a you know what. But hey, listen, that's all right. That's all right. Basketball is my favorite sport, though. Sport again. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Bowling. I used to be a pretty good bowler. Yeah.
Mm.
I think
Okay.
my
All
high
right.
game was like a 230,
Okay.
which is
We're gonna have to test that theory. We might have to
pretty
test
good.
that
Yeah.
theory out there in Palm Springs. Now we just might. We might, Dawn. I'm a good bowler myself too. Now
Oh,
this is without the bumpers, right?
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure because some people say that they can bowl 230 and 250, but then they got to use the bumpers. So I just want to make sure.
Bumper.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I just don't assume. I don't assume. I gotta ask just to make sure. So I'm with you on that. Okay. Do you like dessert?
Oh, love dessert. I have a terrible sweet tooth.
Okay. So here we
God
go.
help me.
Here we go. I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these. You'll never eat again. All right. So here we go.
One I'll never eat again.
Never
Okay.
eat again. So here we go. First one is cookies. The next one is ice cream. The next category is grouped together. Is pies/cakes. The last one is candy. Which one are you getting rid of?
I'll get rid of the candy.
I don't, girl. We must be kindred
Yeah.
spirits. I don't know what's
I'll
going
get
on, but
rid of
we are linking up a lot here because we're agreeing a lot. I would have got rid of candy myself. Now, what is your favorite ice cream?
favorite ice cream is coconut, if I can find it.
Well,
Or even better, like around the holidays, eggnog.
well done. I mean, you're
Oh,
absolutely lovely, talented, very beautiful as well, and great actress, great writer, great producer. But you have just proven that you are not perfect. I don't know. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the eggnog ice cream. What in the hell? What? Oh my goodness. Coconut ice cream. Oof. Oh no.
No, no, no. Are you're a traditionalist?
No,
Are you
yeah,
more
yeah.
a chocolate vanilla
Uh,
strawberry guy?
Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream,
Cookies and cream.
chocolate chip cookie dough. Maybe mint chocolate chip, maybe. But yeah, give me some French vanilla and then give me double stuffed Oreos and let me crush the double stuffed Oreos up in there and then we're good to go. But yeah, that was just too exotic for me. But that's okay. That's all
Well,
right. You can't have it
I
all, Dawn. You can't have it all.
there are some really crazy flavors now, like out here in California in the Central Valley, they have a
Mhm.
garlic festival and they have garlic ice cream.
Yeah, that's something I would just leave on the cart. I wouldn't even buy. I wouldn't even put no dead presidents down on that. I would not even buy that. I'll be like, "Ooh, there." Somebody would mention it to me, and this is what I would do. They'd be like, "Ooh, that looks good, garlic ice cream," and I'll just keep walking because ain't no need to look at it. Ain't no need to give that no attention because, like hell, I'm gonna try that. You ain't gonna spend my money on that. No way, Jose, for sure. So we just gonna keep it moving. Now, do you like potato chips?
What's that?
Do you like potato chips?
Not really a fan.
Not really a fan of those. Okay.
Mm-mm.
How about this? Do you like sodas or juices?
I would go with, well, I do drink diet sodas. Yeah, sodas.
Okay, so I'm gonna name four different brands. You have to choose one of these brands you'll never eat again. So same format. Or never drink again, I should say. The first
Okay.
brand is Pepsi. The next brand is Coke. The third brand is Mountain Dew. The last brand is Dr. Pepper. Which one are you getting rid of?
I can get rid of the Dr. Pepper. Keep
Wow.
the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now what's your favorite diet soda drink?
Okay, it's one. It's called Zevia. Starts with a Z. And because it has like this. Okay, here's why, Chris.
Okay. What?
I'm not trying to be all like bougie, but so I discovered I have an allergy to artificial sweeteners,
Okay.
like the one that's in Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi and
Hmm.
all that.
Got you.
So I finally found this one that has stevia is the sweetener, and so I buy it like by the case. I'm like always carrying these cases of it home.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways,
Well, listen, that's well, see, that's not as bad. That's not as bad as the coconut or the eggnog ice cream. That's not as bad because that's actually a medical thing. So I
that's true.
understand. I understand that one. So for sure, I could rock with you on that one. Now you did very good on this or that, except the damn ice cream. Don't know about that one, but other than that, you did very good, and I love that. Love how decisive you was being. Now, this next question I love asking is called bucket list. Okay. So I want you to give me a bucket list top four of roles that you would like to play as an actress or um, scripts that you would like to write. You can combine them as a writer that you have not done yet.
Right. Well, I think I mentioned it earlier, and number one would be a lead role, a comedic role in a rom-com.
Okay.
And there's something called there's a character called the lovable loser. When it's from this book, The Eight Characters, a comedy.
Okay.
Anyway, I would love to play the lovable loser. That's a funny one. I like to play the crazy, like, in one of the verticals, she was a drug addict. She stabbed her sister. She was really dysfunctional and wrecked the car with her daughter in it. I like to play those crazy, like, unhinged characters. They're
Okay.
fun for me. Um, there was another one. I don't know, maybe
Mm.
something with mental illness. I was
Okay.
thinking about
Okay.
um, to touch on that, maybe
Would you
even
ever
write
want
about
to?
that.
Would you ever want to do a biopic of someone?
Yes, yes. Actually, I have a friend here in the desert who she's been in entertainment since she was 14,
Wow.
and I am talking to her about writing her show and how we gonna put that together, how we gonna do that.
Right.
Because here's my thing, Chris. Let's not wait until someone is gone to honor
Right.
them.
Right.
Let's tell their stories now, right? And celebrate
Absolutely.
them now. This
Yeah.
celebration of life that we do after someone has passed, let's bring it back to when they're alive.
I love it. I love that. Do you have any upcoming projects or anything that you're working on at the moment that you would like to talk about?
Yes, I'm producing and starring in, and I did the casting for a short film that we're filming here in the desert. It's called Performances.
Oh,
A friend of mine wrote it. His name is Steve White. He's amazing. Cancer survivor,
wow.
80, 82 years old,
Wow. Okay.
doing
Shout out to
this.
Steve.
And
Okay.
yeah, so we're going to film the last scene here in my home. It'll be in my bedroom. And
Oh,
the,
okay.
the premise is really two aging actresses who are just trying to still keep the hustle going, still get roles, you know, always be on whenever you're in public. You're always, just how much work it is to keep up the appearance and keep up the performance all the time.
I feel that. Okay. Now you definitely
Yeah,
want to send me a link for that or something so I can be able to check that out when it's fully done and fully wrapped for sure.
cool. We'll put it in the short film festivals. That's the goal.
Okay, I love that. Now, this next top four question has to do with Palm Springs. Give me a top four of things to do the next time I touch down in Palm Springs.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if you're a water person. You love Jamaica, so you probably are.
Mm-hmm. No,
We
no doubt.
have something called the Surf Club here, where you can actually rent a surfboard and go in the surf pool and surf the waves.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they also have a lazy river and fun stuff like that and good food.
I love that.
So,
That's something I love.
yeah, I would say hit the surf club. Besides that, there's so many little historic, like boutique hotels that are cool in downtown Palm Springs. I would kind of hop from one to the other, and they have fun pools too. I would say if you like shopping, like high end shopping, we have a little district called El Paseo, and it's several blocks of really good shopping, some high end shopping,
Okay.
bars and restaurants.
Now
And
you
then
talking.
the fourth thing, I would say take a ride in the tram that goes up San Jacinto Mountain, and you get an amazing view of the whole valley. And there's a little restaurant up there too, and you can hike around.
Okay. I certainly wouldn't mind doing that. Okay. I do love
If
hiking.
you're not afraid of heights, it's
No, no,
okay.
no, 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 no. Yeah, no, not afraid of heights at all. I love hiking. I love the surf club. I love doing adventurous things. I'm still trying to do whitewater rafting. I'm still trying to cross that off my list as well. I've done skydiving a couple times already. So yeah, so definitely, I love those type of things for sure. Dawn, what is some advice that someone has gave you? We talked about advice you would give, but what is some advice that someone gave you that you hold on dearly to?
Huh. Let's see. I think it came from my stepfather, and it's really simple.
Okay.
Very simple. He said to me, I said, Dad, how could I ever repay you? How could I ever, thank you enough for what you've done for me
Right.
with my education and all the teaching you've done me? And he said, Dawn, you only have you have two responsibilities, to yourself and society. So that kind of always stuck with me. I don't know, I carry it with me. I don't know how it affects my day to day, but I operate under that, guidance. Like I have a responsibility to myself and society.
I like that. Great advice from your stepdad. Shout out to him for sure. No question about that. Um, I wanna ask you about this because this is kind of a bonus question that comes up in my mind. Obviously, I want to know is there some inequalities that happen between actors and actresses, men and women. And maybe you can give me some kind of perspective on that, because sometimes you see where there's actresses that don't get paid as much as a man, or the roles are not being offered like how men are and actresses aren't. Do you think there's some inequalities going on in film when it comes to situations like that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I don't like discuss pay on set or really with anyone.
Right.
Um, but I think I know you're talking about men and women, but for me, it's more like the ageism issue
Mm. Got you.
where,
Okay.
you know, some of the younger actresses are getting maybe more opportunities, maybe paid more. And I mean, we're having some gains, but I still think there's some ageism that happens, and
Sure.
sexism definitely in the industry.
Sure. I mean, we just had the Harvey Weinstein, what, about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I mean, it might have been a little longer than that, but the Harvey Weinstein broke, and look how many people came out after that. How many actors came up after that, and it's crazy to think that you have stuff like that going on, with people and with media executives and people that really have power like that want to take advantage of people.
Yeah, and thank goodness I haven't run into it. I have heard of it. I have
Hmm.
heard stories from other actresses.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I hope it never happens to me.
I hope so too. I was gonna say the follow up. What kind of boundaries do you normally set? Because listen, we know there's all kinds of things that directors or ads or just people on set sometimes say things, stuff like that. But what kind of boundaries do Dawn personally set to be like, look, that's just not something I'm gonna be doing. That's not something what is your I'm not gonna do that regardless thing when it comes to film, when it comes to your career?
Well, I mean, for example, there was a really good role that popped up this week, and I was like, oh, this sounds good, this sounds great. And then it said full frontal nudity. And I was like, nah, I can't go there. I can do, a nude cover up where you can see my silhouette, but I'm not going to go full frontal,
Right,
you know.
right.
Simulated nudity and sex would be okay, but like not the real deal. And also, when I first started doing the verticals, we didn't really have an intimacy coordinator on set, and some of those were pretty like spicy scenes. But I think now they've started putting that in the description, like there
Sure.
will be intimacy coordinator on set. And that makes a big difference when I'm looking at roles too. I like to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, anytime that you have an intimate scene, I think you should have somebody coordinate you, walk through it, because those scenes are a little, I don't want to say awkward, but at the same time, you have like 30 people in a room with you, you have lighting, you have camera. It's not as, steamy as people think it's going to be. As people see it on screen, right? It could be
Right.
just different, right? So I think you should have
Yeah.
somebody kind of coordinate you and walk with it walk you through it. Sorry, I'm trying to get my wording. Walk you through it, because
Hmm.
it's two actors that may not know each other, and you have to do a scene together that has to involve that. So, I know for me, if I was to be in that position, I certainly wouldn't mind an intimate scene for sure. But at the same time, I think I would want to have some kind of coordinator because I'll be asking a lot of questions. I know I personally would. I'd be like, "Is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do that? Is it okay if I do this?" Like I would ask so many questions. I think I would just annoy my partner that's in the scene with me.
Yeah, yeah. And I've worked with actors, more experienced actors, who will even ask, is it okay if I touch your waist or touch you at all
Right.
anywhere? Are you
Right.
okay with this?
Yeah,
And it's nice to work with those type of actors who
it is.
understand.
Absolutely. That's what's up. I love it.
And I do the same because a lot of times I'll play the mom to, someone who's playing my son, and they want me to, touch them, move their hair, whatever, hug them. So I ask them as well. I don't want to be that lady.
I totally understand, Dawn. I really do. That's what's up. I love that. I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions. And basically what this is the first thing that comes to your mind. I want you to shout it out with glee. Okay. So here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
Oh, waffles.
Okay. Chicken or ribs? Okay. Soda or juice?
Soda.
Okay. Favorite Netflix TV series?
I think it's Loot. I think Loot's
Luke.
on Netflix. Loot with
Okay.
Maya Rudolph.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've heard of that before. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a comedy. It's crazy.
okay. Favorite color?
Color? Purple.
Purple. Okay. Favorite alcoholic drink?
Prosecco.
Ooh, you like the good stuff. Okay. All right. That's what's up. I like that. Favorite card game?
Different card stud.
Ooh, okay. Favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Oh yeah, I bust people ass up in Monopoly, girl. That's what I do. I do that. Okay. Oh, I love that. If you had a choice to bring three people with you on vacation, who would those three people be and where would you go? Now, before you choose, Dawn, you can choose family, friends, or celebrities.
Huh. Well, I have to say, my husband and my brother, and one more. Let's bring a comedian. Let's bring Kristen Wiig.
Okay. And where would you
Yeah.
go?
And let's head back to French Polynesia,
Okay. All right. I'm
where
with
we
you on
can
that.
all play in the water.
I like that. Now, if you had a choice to listen to three artists or three songs on repeat and never get tired of them, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Um, there's one that I always go to. The group is AC/DC, and
Okay.
the song is Shook Me All Night Long.
Oh yeah, I know about that. I know about that. Okay, that's one.
So, and how many do I get?
Three. You get three.
Three. Okay. Like you said, Metallica, Sandman,
Okay. Okay.
definitely. And Lady Gaga,
Mhm.
Rain on Me.
That's a pretty good one. I like that. I like those. Now, if they came up to you and said, Dawn, you can only do one of these for the rest of your career. Actress, writer, or producer. Which one are you choosing?
Actress.
I love that. I love that. If they came up to you and said, Dawn, we love your acting ability, but you can no longer do any more comedies. You're going to have to pick a different genre to do. Out of these three genres, which one are you choosing? Are you going to choose drama? Are you going to choose action? Or are you going to choose thriller slash horror?
Drama.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, last of the rapid fire. Okay. Favorite sandwich.
Favorite sandwich of all sandwiches. Hmm. Probably the Italian cold cut.
Okay.
I won't name any names of places, but yeah, Italian cold cut.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want you to out no places now. We don't want you to do that. You probably go to several different places to get that Italian cold cut. That's for sure. Okay, I like that. I like that. And this has been a really, really dope conversation, Dawn. I mean, learning about your background, growing up in Baltimore, then relocating pretty much all over the US, right? In Sacramento, the capital of California, where you lived there for a decade. Obviously, now you live in Palm Springs, doing your thing in various movies that you've been in, working on a short film called Performances, which I'm hoping to get to see that very soon. On here on my podcast. It's been a blessing and absolute pleasure. So, my final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
I would just say um, to maybe the older folks who are out there thinking about making a change in their career. Doesn't have to be acting, whatever it is. I know it's an old adage, but you're never too old. You're never too old to learn something new, try something new, reinvent
Mhm.
yourself. What do you have to lose, right? Just go for it.
I love that. Love that advice. And everybody,
Thank you so much,
thank
Chris.
you.
This has just been wonderful, and I'm so glad you reached out to me. And I wish you the best with all of your future podcast and whatever else you have brewing in that creative mind of
I
yours.
appreciate that, Dawn. And listen, best of luck to you in your future endeavors as well. You and I will most certainly be in touch.
Great. Thank you. Bye.